Using Logic Trace, I'm going to digitize this diagram of the Watchful eye. This is a full-size printout. First thing we'll do here is we'll select the 4 points. We'll define the 4 corners of the diagram. Shown here, I'm selecting the 4 corners of the diagram. You can't really see that too clearly, but this will define our workspace. First thing here, we'll draw out this perimeter of the diagram. I'm going to use the trace command. Again, here I'm just touching the diagonal corners. Next command we're going to use is the circle command. This is where you touch 3 points on the circle and the program echoes back the diameter. And if that's correct, you accept it. And if you find it's a bit out, just input the correct value. You can see here where I'm touching 3 points on the circles. Then I'll be selecting the line and then the curve fit command to do that arc. You notice here that I'm using a red pencil, and that's how I mark off where I start. It also keeps track of what I've done, but I'm using that curve fit command here and the line command to do those 2 arcs. You can see here where I just carry on using the line command and the curve fit command for the rest of those arcs on the diagram. You have to admit it's pretty quick tracing. Here I'm tracing out those upper portions of the diagram using the same commands, line and curve fit. So you notice that even though the diagram is fairly detailed, the tracing goes quite quickly using those various commands, which here is the line and the curve fit. I also want to mention that I save my work frequently, and the good part about this program is that when you save your work, like I save it as a DXF, the program saves a working copy. That working copy can be reloaded later. Say if you want to take a break, maybe you want to carry on tracing the next day, you load that working copy and just keep on tracing right where you left off. Also, talking about saving your work, you could save this file that you've traced as DXF, PolyDXF, PDF, or an SVG. I find the Logic Trace program easy to use and it's fast. One unique feature the program has is the ability of the program to extend the control window to another device. It's like, say, a cell phone or an iPad. This way you can control your drawing selections right beside where you're tracing. And don't forget there is an option and a setup button. And on these setups, you can configure the program to suit your needs. Like I've configured the line display to be 0.5 thick, like a black thread. And I also picked the color black, and you can take any color you want. We're getting close here to finishing up with all the tracing. So I'll save my last final tracing, and I'm going to load that file into the Vinyl Cutter software, size it, and configure the cut. This is where I saved the final copy. The vinyl cutter I'm using, which is the Roland 8600, it'll either plot or cut vinyl. I picked this blue vinyl for my cut. I've loaded it into the vinyl cutter, and you can see there where it's starting to cut. And that little white triangle in the bottom right corner, that's a test cut to make sure that the vinyl will come away from the backing. It's quite amazing how the vinyl cutter just cuts the vinyl and yet not the backing. So that's the reason why you do that test. I've removed the vinyl from the vinyl cutter and we're all set to do some weeding. Shown here, the graphic is ready for pre-mask. The pre-mask is applied, and this is the final result mounted on a white substrate.